So this is the project for the day, to get this thing moved up to where I can work on it. If I can get it to drive up there, that would be awesome. So I'm going to put the tires that I took off the Suburban back where they came from, and go get a battery and drive it up where the Suburban is to start working on it, because it has no brakes. That's going to be another issue, is I'm going to be driving this thing with the emergency brake only wherever I drive it. So the biggest problem is the red wasp nest. So I'm going to pop the hood. Here's my plan, is I'm going to pop the hood. I'm going to set you down just for a second, and then my thing about these wasps is if I raise it up now, they won't, the nest is gone. No, they're still here. Yeah, they're right there. Oh, they're on the cable. Man, if they'd have been on the battery box, that'd have been a lot better. So I plan on moving that nest, and I'll just move it over somewhere where they still have shelter, so they can carry on with what they're doing. But yeah, I want to hear this thing run today, and I got to fight the wasps, the black widows, and the ants. So this is going to be a fun project to get it moving. I'll get a lot of my wood blocks back though, and my cinder blocks, because it's on wood and cinder blocks. Those are good pieces of wood. And you can see on this side here that the gophers, or whatever, armadillos, whatever that is, digging a hole and sinking this side of the cinder block. So I'm going to put the tire on this side first. But yeah, this thing has been storing stuff. This used to be my work truck, my workhorse. It's got clothes and stuff in there. I need to get back to the proper person. But hopefully this thing will be running today, and we'll be working on it in the back of the house. I'm going to attempt to move a red wasp nest. I should probably have a shirt on, and yeah, this is probably not going to go well, but I got my little grappler thing that I use here. If I can just get a hold of the nest without disturbing them too much. They're highly alerted now. But like I said, I'll either have to kill them. I think I can grab onto it. Now they're attacking the, they're biting. Yeah, now they're biting the, they're not happy. They're biting the thing. So I'm just gonna sit here and let them calm down for a second. And then we'll take attempt 2. All right, so this is round 2. I put a towel around me. It was on the cart. So that way I only get bit on the face and around the neck. But I'm gonna try to break this nest off slowly. There we go. And lift them out right here. There's one still on there. I'm gonna relocate it. Where am I going to put it? Maybe on this tree over here. So yeah, there's only one red wasp there, but they generally will not swarm around you. If you relocate the nest, they usually don't bite. So that's working out okay. Now I need to get on the cart. Now I'm being swarmed. Yeah. So I need to get over just to stop the video. But yeah, I pissed off one of them. So I'm just going to get over here and get on out of Dodge. All right, so we got to empty the trailer in order to start working on the truck, because I need that trailer to haul stuff out of the bed of the truck. So it's probably going to be pretty heavy with rocks, but I should be able to get her hooked up pretty quick. So I'm going to dump these rocks. I'm not going to dump them. I'm going to put them around Scrap's grave site. I'm going to make a little a heart-shaped rock formation with a lot of it's petrified wood, but I need that trailer to unload the stuff that's on the back of the Chevy to get some weight off of the bed. It needs to be cleaned out anyway, so it's just something I got to do. It's just part of. So yeah, it's going to take me a couple hours to get to the point to where I can even start putting the tires back on it. So we're almost back there, and yeah, things are girded up pretty good back here. So here's the tank, looking pretty sad. I got the well running right now, but I just can't keep up with the evaporation. And I could run the well 24/7, but I couldn't afford the electric bill. So I'm running it on solar power. So I run it during the day when the sun's up. But the other side's got a little bit more water than this side. But we're headed through here. Our goal is to get around there. There's a lot of brush, debris, and stuff. I haven't been on my trail in a while. But we're gonna get there. We're almost there. This is Scrap's gravesite, right here overlooking the tank. She's got a good view. So I'm gonna put the rocks around here in some type of heart formation, and we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. So that's what I ended up with. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm out here on the other side of the property, and this fig tree here I planted a couple of years ago. This is a big wood chip pile. I just stabbed it in the wood chip pile, and I've done that a lot around the property. And these trees, some of them take and some of them don't, but look at this. These are awesome figs, the same kind of figs. This came from the tree in the front yard. I just cloned that tree. I just cut the limbs off and stabbed it in there. So we got one good fig, and it's putting on another. These things taste awesome. That will be a nice little treat. This evening I'll put it in the freezer once I wash it. And it's nice to know that this thing is happy. It's in a nice bed of wood chips. Look at that. Can you see that happiness? You probably can't, but it's good stuff. So I need to come out here and rescue this camera system one of these days on this surveillance cart. Everything's kind of grown up out here. Wow. Yeah, I haven't been able to cut out here, but maybe once this year, and that was just cutting the trails. So everything's grown up out here, and this used to be completely clear. Got a nice little ragweed action going there. Yeah, this is the trail I cut probably 4 months ago, 6 months ago. It's almost still there. Boy, I'm gonna have some pollen on me today. And luckily the neighbor cuts this little spot behind their property here, or behind their, they live right there. He cuts this spot for me really nice. I appreciate that. Here's the other surveillance solar cart. I'm gonna move them closer to the house. I'll probably put this one pointing towards the tank. This one actually runs, have a 12-volt battery in it, and it will move with 12 volts. So that's my 12-volt cart, completely solar powered. All right, now that I've attracted every mosquito in Bastrop County, we need to clean out the back of the truck before we start working on it. I don't think this TV, it probably worked when I put it back here. This is a badass Panasonic. I cut the cable off, so maybe not anymore. So that's going to go in here. Hey, there's another cinder block. This is what I need to get out. This is heavy stuff here. This is aluminum angle iron. Good stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of hours. Cleaning this thing up. And then I want to put the tires on it. And then maybe today it'll be pulled up on the back of the porch if it starts. It doesn't have brakes. So we'll see. All right, I took a little break to rehydrate. I lost about 2.5 pounds of sweat working today so far. And I know that sounds extreme, but that's the way I've been working. So I would normally just let this fall right here, but this is where I'm going to be jacking the truck up. I'll have the jack there, so I don't want anything getting in the way of the jack. Oh, there's a nice adapter. This truck only sat up for, I don't know, 5 years, 7 years. I'm gonna have to go back and look at footage. Probably been 5 years. Maybe only 3, I don't know. But yeah, doesn't take long for stuff to deteriorate and leaves to pile up and create all this soil. And I'll just sweep this out, and then I'll be done. I don't care if this goes on the ground, really. So the next thing is putting the tires on it, and then taking the trash out. All the stuff in the trailer right there. I'm gonna throw away everything except the edger. There's a breaker panel that I'm gonna put in the garage, and a golf cart tire. I'm gonna keep that. That's about it. Need to get these loaded up in the trailer. Yeah, I'm already pretty wore out. These things are 82 pounds each. They're not. I don't know if we can haul all four at the same time. But yeah, 82 pounds. Yep, we'll do two at a time. Alright, let's see. What kind of shape are these in? I guess it doesn't matter. Looks like this one has more tread. We'll put the better one in the front. And this one can go in the back. And this one's got better tread. We'll put it on the front. Somebody had made a comment on my last video about how I put 60 psi in the tires on the Suburban, those 38 Super Swampers. Well, that's 5 pounds under what they call for. So what's the problem? The guy said, you need to take that pressure out immediately and lower it to 28 pounds. Basically, run a flat tire down the road. I don't know. I grew up on a farm, so I know how tire pressure works. Those aren't tractor tires. That's what you do to tractor tires. And I'm not rock climbing. Those aren't rock climbing tires. Those are just look cool tires. They're really just the crappiest tires ever made. They look good new, but the drivability is just awful. So they call for 65. I put 60, and the driving is okay with the 60. If I had 28 to 30 psi like this guy is saying, I couldn't drive it down the road. It'd just be a sloppy mess, and it would also burn up my transmission because it put so much load on the tranny. So there's my rant about that. All right, more 82 pound each tires. So what's 82 plus 82? This poor little trailer. I probably could have hauled 3 in here, but why when you got to make 2 trips anyway? So yeah, that comment about on my last video, I was 1000% impressed with everything you did until you put 60 psi in your tires. So because I put 5 psi less than what they call for, he says he wasn't impressed. No, but he was saying I would put too much pressure in them. Okay, so he wants me to lower it down to 28. And I know I'm ranting about this a lot, but I just don't get the logic there. That's a highway truck. That thing's not rock climbing. If I was out mudding or rock climbing, I'd lower it lower than 28. I'd bring it down to 10, maybe 5, just whatever it takes to keep it on the bead. But yeah, I'm done ranting about that. Actually, I'm probably not. All right. We'll figure out which one's better, and we'll put the better one on the front. So this one, they both look, this one's still, they both look about the same on tread, really. This one's going on the front. This one looks like it has a little bit more tread than this one. Yeah, this one has more tread. So it's going on the front. And this one will go on the back. I was going to paint these right in the shin. That's going to be a mark. I was going to paint those wheels, but I don't care. It's not too bad. They'll get in my shin pretty deep, but it's not drawing blood, but it left a pretty good, it cut in pretty heavy on the back of that trailer. If I'd have been wearing jeans, that wouldn't have happened. So now, the fun part starts. Rolling around on the ground with some plywood or boards, and I need to bring the jack over here. That's the cool thing about having this solar powered cart. It's always ready to go. It's always fueled up. So I'm going to drop the trailer off and we're going to pick up the jack and we'll be right back. All right. I'll set this little thing up back here on the jack. So this will hook on the 2-inch ball so I can use it around the property. And do that. That goes here. And then this is what we're going to use to put under the jack. There we go. And I got my 4-way. Let's do this. Cart didn't even know the jack's back there. So, could somebody in the comment leave a reason why the guy is so freaked out that I put the actual, what it calls for, pressure in the tires? Because that still does bother me a little bit, why somebody would be immediately take the pressure out. Can't be doing it like it's supposed to be done. We want you to have flat tires, bad slipping clutches in your transmission, lugging your motor, sloppy driving, bad handling. All right, there we go. A little bit better focus. Yeah, all right, so let's get to this. That's what I came up with. Had to oil this jack. So I'm just gonna run that right up on there like that. It's about the only place I can get on it unless I dig a big hole. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it up high enough. I need to find a block. But we'll find out. That suspension's going to be kicking my butt here, but we might be able to get it up high enough if this jack doesn't slide off the board. But if not, I'll get it up enough to put blocks underneath it and jack it up even higher. But yeah, this jack is not going to go high enough. But that'll let me space it. I'll find some boards and we'll work our way up. I guess I could jack it from the bottom of, I don't think it'll reach, so I might do some digging. I'm going to do some digging. I brought my shovel. I'm going to dig under the truck right now while I got it jacked up, and then we can put the jack under the axle like it's supposed to be. So I was working here and I found this little turtle right here under the truck. So maybe that's a turtle nest. I need to investigate before I go any further. We might have baby turtles. So I'm gonna investigate this, and then I'm gonna go put them in a happy little spot. If I find the mommy, I'll put them together. Yeah, look at this little guy. I thought it was a fake. It looks so pretty, but yeah, a little baby turtle. All right, I did some digging. I got the jack under the truck, and I'm probably gonna bring the turtle into the house and take care of him. I don't see any other turtles out here, but he was right there to the right side of the jack. I'm glad I saw that, because he could have gotten hurt out here. So I'm kind of walking light feet, looking for turtles, and there could be a turtle in that hole. So I'm gonna definitely investigate that when I get the tire on. I don't know if this jack's gonna stay. Could have a little situation here with the jack. I didn't get it under there good. But yeah. It'll be all right. I'm more concerned about the turtles. So I guess they're out here because the tank's going dry. So as I'm jacking this side up, that side's coming off its own cinder block. All right. This one has the least amount of tread. It's going to go on there first. Probably jacked it up higher than I should. Guess it'd help if I'd have the lug nuts that are right here. Yeah, I went up way higher than I should have. It's okay. Well, no, I didn't. Once we get a few started, I won't be concerned about the jack coming up from underneath it. This was the worst one. The rest of them I shouldn't have to do too much digging to get them on there. So, like I said, I'm more concerned about the turtle than anything. So, I'm going to get this buttoned up right here, and go take care of the turtle. I'm gonna make him a nice little cool home in the house somewhere right now. All right, I'm just gonna leave that like it is. Got to take care of my new little friend here. Look at this little guy. He didn't get hurt. I'm on the lookout for more turtles now. I'm gonna go put him in some little container and give him some water and a couple of rocks to crawl up on so he can go down in the water if he wants. And I'll show you the update here in a second. Project Rescue Turtle. This is what I came up with. This is the turtle I found underneath the truck. So I got distilled water in here, some moringa, some rocks, and about a 1/4 inch of water. I'm gonna pour a little bit of distilled water on top of him to kind of give him some hydration there. Let him know that everything's okay. That should be good. Maybe another little bit of water here. Just a little bit more. Give him a good rinsing off. There we go. There. All right, so I'm going to continue working on the truck, and I don't think he'll be able to crawl out of that. But I don't think I've ever had a pet turtle. So this might be a new thing because he's going to just get eaten or crushed out there He's probably, like I said, he's supposed to be in the tank, but the tank is going dry. So he's probably looking for something to eat or drink, or I don't know, anything to survive on. Well, I was concerned this was going to be an issue, but I can't get the lug nuts to go past a couple of threads because these things have developed just enough rust on there to make it like it's a larger diameter. So what I'm doing, that's the before, that's what they look like. And I got this pretty much done about 25 minutes, 30 minutes later, 25 minutes. I'm doing that and I'm cleaning the lug nuts. So I'm sitting there with this wire brush and I'm spinning them back and forth and cleaning all the threads out there to get any rust out. These were in the toolbox and I kept them, and I kept these oiled, but I guess not enough. But that's the, that should work now. So this is gonna probably, truck's not gonna be running today. If I get the other back tire on today, I'll be happy. So if I get 2 back tires on, that'll be good. But if I get all 4, that'll be amazing. But we're definitely not gonna get her running today. There's another thing I'm doing. I'm taking the shop towel and I'm threading it through each one of the lug nuts to clean all the crust after I've wire brushed it and all the crap out of there. And I'm also going to clean these really good with the paper, with the shop towel, because all that debris in there takes up space. And then I'm going to hit it with some penetrating oil to flush it off there. And then I'm going to use some pretty clean used motor oil as a lubricant. So when they go back on there, they have some type of lubrication. So, and I'm also going to clean these holes really good before I slap it back on there. And then I'll wipe it down one more time, the lug nuts, because there's going to be debris that's going to collect in the threads that will cause it to jam the nut as well. So yeah, that's just a little thing that happens. These things rusted up and the lug nuts don't want to go on anymore. But I'm going to get them on there without getting them jammed on there, that's for sure. Got all the lug nuts buffed. Got a wire brush on the inside, and then I threaded them on a paper towel, a shop towel. And I got the, those are also buffed. So, and I also cleaned the holes on the wheels. So that way when I slide them on, they're not going to be sending debris into the threads. And then once I get it on there, I'm going to hit it with penetrating oil to clean them off again. And then some motor oil, and then they should go on. Let's go check on the turtle. So at first I was like, what? He's gone? No way he climbed that wall. But he's hiding right under there in the water. So that's his choice. He could have been on the rock. He crawled underneath the moringa and is kind of hanging out right there. I guess he's hydrating and staying cool. So we got us a happy turtle. We got a new friend. Everything's buffed and oiled. Let's see if they'll spin on now. I think this is going to work. Before, they would have just broken off on there. I'm going to have to do this off camera because some of them are a little harder. I'm going to have to work them back and forth. But that's a little lesson I learned. When you take wheels off and you leave the lug nuts exposed, one thing I should have done is put the lug nuts back on, and I should have put the type of lug nuts. Well, I shouldn't have taken the damn wheels off, but yeah, I should have protected the threads. So now they're going on. Before they wouldn't even go maybe a quarter turn. That one's a little tighter, so I'm going to finish this up and you'll see what it looks like. Well, I'll definitely never do that again. Got it on there. Took a long time. This one was giving me a lot of problems, so I ended up cleaning it again, buffing it again, wire brushing it again, and it would still only go on, and it would get about that close from tightening and get really tight. So I tried WD-40, didn't work, because when it would get so tight, it would just go, it would start squeaking, and you know, it's going to break. And it was so hot when I was taking it off that I couldn't handle it. So penetrating oil obviously doesn't work. That's not made for that. I didn't get to try lithium grease, but the first thing I did try that worked was this. So this stuff that goes in a grease gun, I put it around there, and it was tight going all the way up there. It's not cross-threaded, so before you start saying that in the comments, it wasn't cross-threaded. It would go on okay backwards, which was really weird. But yeah, put that grease on the threads on the inside and out, and boom, it went on there. So I probably spent a good 40 minutes on that one by itself, re-cleaning it and working it back and forth. And I finally went and said, okay, I got to find me some grease. And I found this in the garage. And I checked on the turtle. The turtle's peeking his head out. He's looking around, so he's kind of getting familiar with his surroundings. So turtle's doing good. At this point, I'm going to attempt to do the other side, so at least I get both backs today. And that will be something accomplished. I know that the grease really does help instead of the WD-40 and the penetrating oil. I just didn't I didn't want to open a thing of grease. But yeah, that was definitely took way too long to put on one tire. But that's what happens whenever you in Texas, you know, it's humidity high. We get a lot of rain, and they've probably been off, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. But yeah, this side is next. So I got to clean all those threads, polish them up, clean the lug nuts, do the same thing. But this time I have a weapon, and that's that grease, and that should help me a little bit if I have a problem with one of them. I want to get at least both backs on there. I was really hoping to get this thing running today, but it'll probably be running about 3 days at this point. It's going to take hours to get those on the front. Maybe we'll run it tomorrow, who knows. All right, got the two backs on. So that was my radio. We're gonna do the front now. Maybe I'll get them done by sundown, but it is mosquito feeding time. So, yep, rusty lug nuts and bolts. But we're halfway done. And this truck will maybe be alive tomorrow. I was curious to see if the brakes were froze. And they were. But you can see all that rust. There we go. It'll work off of there. I'll do the other side like that before I put the tire on. But you can see right there where the brake pad was. That's a brake pad mark. Yeah, this thing's only been sitting, I don't know, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. I'll have to go back and look at my video footage, but it is high humidity here in Texas. So that's what happens. I got 2 of them on the back, 2 to go. This one won't break free at all, so if putting 60 psi in my super swampers makes people freak out. Let's put some penetrating oil on our brake pads here, and beat on them a little bit. So I want it to break free before I put the if I put the tire on there, maybe drive it, it'll break free. But I kind of want it broken free. There we go. All right. There we go. That's better. Just in case you're wondering, this brake's been unhooked for years. That's the brake line. So I have to replace all this anyway. Needs a new master cylinder, new brake lines. There we go. Nice and free. That's happy time. All right, last one to go. Yeah, what a mess. Got them all on, and boy, that was a bear. So all these lug nuts went on forward, and That first one was a bear. And those all went on. This one, I had to put one lug nut on backwards because it wouldn't thread on forward, you know, so it's not flared on the inside like it's supposed to. I can deal with that some other time, but it's weird how it would thread on backwards perfectly, but when you put it on the tapered end first, it wouldn't go on. It would stop about halfway. And no, it's not cross-threaded, so don't even start those comments. So this is going to be the project tomorrow. I guess I'm going to get a battery first thing while I'm still clean. And yeah, so this is what my hands look like. I don't know if you can see them, but that's after I washed them and cleaned them. Yeah, that's after I cleaned them. So I'll scrub them about 20 times, they'll be clean. All right, well, that's the update. And yes, I worked in the dark. Your eyes adjust pretty good in the evening. And before you know it, it's dark and you're out here working. You're like, wow, when you turn on a flashlight, it really was dark. So 50 mosquito bites later, and rescued a turtle. And I'm assuming that that hole right there beside that tire is a turtle nest. So when I get the truck running, I'm going to back up and turn the other direction, and that way I don't run over the turtles. So I'm going to be really careful not to mess up that, just in case there's still turtles down there. So there's the update. Here's my little mosquito swatter. That thing came in handy tonight. They start swarming around you. You turn this on, it pops them, and it works really good. So that kind of saved the night. So instead of 100 mosquito bites, I got 50. So let's shut this thing. And maybe I can rant about tire pressure a little bit more. So look, you know when somebody says, look, I know that I'm putting more pressure than you're supposed to if you're doing a chalk test. I know about chalk tests. Trust me, I know about tires. I grew up on a farm. I got 5 trucks, golf carts, you name it. Everything I have has tires. I know about chalk tests and pressure and all that stuff. And I don't care if my tires wear just a tad bit in the middle, which they're not. So that's the thing. These are old tires. They need to be replaced. Look at this. This tire's been like this for 10 years. Look, it's been like that for 10 years. Before I got it, they were all cracked like that. All right? So don't say, oh, they cracked because you put too much pressure. No, this one's still okay. There's just about 2 of them that are cracked. So I know 65, what it says on the side, is maximum pressure. I usually run these things at 55, okay? That's what I normally run them at. I put 60 in them to see if it would be a little bit less strain on the transmission. That's all I'm doing. So it's extra 5 psi. I used to run them 10 psi under the max, which was 65. And right here on the side, somewhere it probably says 65. Let's see, when you're mounting, don't go over 40. Yeah, anybody knows that. But somewhere on here it should say 65. I'll find it. There we go, found it. So max load, so when you run a heavy load, you want to have your maximum pressure, and it's 65 psi. So you can run the tires at 65 psi. That's what it says. You can run them up that high. Is it going to be the perfect thing on a chalk test? Of course not, because the middles are going to show, it's not going to be touching on the sides that much. I'm very aware of that, and that's exactly what I want when I'm running these tires, is I want them to be high in the center just a little bit. These things are not going to stay on here that long. So, yeah, I say that, and I'm not going to have the money to replace them, but I don't care at this point. I want it to get the best gas mileage, and I want it to handle the best, and it's going to handle the best with more pressure. It's not going to be slopping around the road like it does with low pressure. All right, I'm done with that rant. Got the wheels on the truck. Now I'm whipping up something to eat real quick, and I got to get my log done before 11, and it's 8:39, so it's going to be close. By the time I eat, I'll have about an hour and a half to get my work done. I'm having that's garlic and onions with grass-fed ground beef. I'm going to put black pepper in there, sea salt it whenever it's done cooking, with some, what are we having here? Leftover sweet potatoes and taters. I'll mix in there. I need to make another batch tomorrow. I need to make a run to the grocery store. I'd love to make a run to the grocery store in like the 65 Chevy or the Suburban.
Head now for a month or two, an early start myself. My pot's got arrested sitting on a shelf. But right about now I got myself in a different mood. I think I could eat a little Mexican food, hey. Well, you know what, man, I see the girl every once in a while. She got real fat, man, she ain't my style. Got me a new cooking, that's a true eat of Mexican food and watch Dr. Rude. Baby's still cooking, but not for me. Got another man as plain as see. Hung my picture in her front door. A note saying, don't you come around no more. She said, Mike, and I'd